Hello guys, Happy New Year. I'm here with Sharon, the personality manager, and today she is going to touch on a really interesting topic, especially to young entrepreneurs, business owners, or anybody who just wants to better themselves for the new year. And she's going to tell us why most of you might not reach your New Year's resolutions.
See, this is the problem with a lot of people who are trying to change their life, is that they don't really have a clear vision of what they're doing. And so this first step is to know what you want and then how to get it. And then it's like if you don't, you're going to end up being empty with what you achieve, because if you don't really understand your purpose and you don't understand your goal and what it is you really want, then you're not going to have peace within yourself. And so the main thing here is to get to the heart of your vision. You know, we have things in our head that we want to do, but it's when we get down to our heart that we understand why we want what we want. We need to know why we want what we want. And so that's very important. So let's say you want money and power, okay? So what does power mean to you?
I think that can actually go for anyone who has maybe a job they don't like.
Yes.
They kind of depend on,
yes,
well, I have to do something I don't like because you're depending on the money.
Yes.
Whereas if you have enough money and you're able to do what you like, you don't need to have a job you don't like or do things you don't want to, simply because you have that power, which I guess is tied into the money.
Yes, that's right, it is. Money and power certainly go together. One thing that you should know and realize is that all of these things that we talk about can also be used destructively and negatively. So some people want power for not so good reasons. They want power because they want to impress others, or rule them and have complete control over their lives.
Their husbands.
And their wives, and or money. The same thing with money.
Oh, definitely.
And so it's what we want, and we need to be very clear with what it is that we want and why we want to have it. Another really important factor is understanding your purpose. You see, everyone has a theme or a purpose, and it's very important to be able to define your own purpose. And so the best way to do that is first of all, I have a program where I help people find that.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually based on the things that inspire you and the things that you hate. For instance, my purpose in life, or my soul purpose, I call it soul purpose, is to make sure that every person on this planet has the freedom to be who they are. And that is my purpose, and I know that that's my purpose. And so everything that I do, it revolves around that. And when you understand your purpose, you gear your business, or you gear your resolutions to fulfill that purpose, because that is what fulfills you, is what's in your heart.
So what would you tell someone who doesn't really know what their purpose is?
Well, first of all, you can go to my website and find out that there is a method that we use, and it just takes one session to do it. But we basically help you hone in on what you hate, because the things that you hate are the things that make you, give you incentive to do something about it. And then the things that inspire you. For example, when I was somewhat younger, I went to a banquet, and this speaker, who was a poet, very inspiring to me, and he made a statement that almost took me out of my seat, because it resonated here. And he said, he said, I believe in individuality. And he said, I look at God as the creator and we are the orchestra. And he said, not everyone plays the violin. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's me. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that people, it's okay to play the violin. And we are surrounded with people oftentimes, parents or friends or other people who think that we should do something else than what we really want in our lives. And I worked with a young woman who wanted to be a chef so badly, and her parents would not pay for her to go to school, and they were wealthy.
Oh wow.
And they said, no, you can be this and you can be that, you can be a teacher, you can be this, but you can't be a chef. That was beneath them, they thought. And so I tried to talk her into just going for it without their consent or approval. But she finally gave in to do what they wanted her to do. And so that's so powerful.
I think that's sad.
Oh yeah.
It's really sad, and I think that actually ties into the definition of success. I know a lot of people think successful means making a lot of money, and I want to know your thoughts on this. But I personally think that how you were saying, whatever fulfills you is how you succeed. Because there's people that make $20,000 a year, and they might be happier than someone who's not doing what they like, but they're making 3 times as much. So, as in for you personally, what would you say the definition of success is?
Just about what you said. It's like following your heart. Now, sometimes what your purpose might be something that you really can't make money at, but then that's okay, because what you can do is you can make the work that you do meaningful. You can still live your purpose with those around you, and so we can't always change horses in the middle of the stream, so to speak, but we can always live our purpose. We can always do that and have goals to surround that. So now let's talk a little bit about besides your purpose then and your reasons for doing things, then it's important that you understand your personality trait.
This wraps up episode 1 from why you might not reach your New Year's resolutions. We talked about creating your vision, why you want what you want, and going at your goals with the right tools. And in the next episode, we'll go ahead and talk about how to access the right tools. And Sharon will go ahead and teach us more about our own personality traits. So stay tuned.